Hi, my name is Akim Ruslanov, and I'll be presenting the Grid Data Jam project. Unfortunately, my partner Crystal Chin was not able to join us today. So, I was a big esports fan since TI5, and I always appreciated the sheer amount of effort required to produce a good live stream for an event. Over the years, there was an improvement in stats, replays, player cams, etc. However, one thing stayed the same: thumbnails. And honestly, they suck. Just by looking at the thumbnail, it's very hard to understand the state of the game. It might have some crazy performance, weird items like Diffusal and Gyrocopter, or extremely off-meta heroes. But without actually clicking on the stream, I'll never know what's happening, and hence most likely will miss the stream entirely. So this inspired us to create a Dota 2 map summarizer. It features a dynamic thumbnail generator, a map to display status of towers, player cards with hero images, KDA, net worth, and of course items. And all of this gets updated in real time using Grid dataset. So this is how it would look at the beginning of the game. And this is how it looks like once some towers were destroyed, as can be seen by the black squares. So how does this UI work? There are three main components: the map, the player grid, which houses players, and the player cards themselves. Each of them are separate React components that get updated using the grid dataset. The player cards use Dota 2 API to pull images of items and heroes. The map is a bit more interesting. It has two layers. The first layer is images of the map, while the second layer houses many small diff containers that have opacity of 0 and color black. When the tower is destroyed, the opacity changes to 1. On this image, I've changed opacity and color to showcase where all of the small diffs are located. The backend. So how does this backend work with our frontend? We first use Python to convert JSON data to Pandas data frame. We then clean it up and package into smaller subsets of the data. We then reconvert it back to JSON files for implementation into the frontend. So if we had more time, we would probably choose a different approach by creating a Python proxy that would do all our data processing in real time and then feed it into our frontend. However, due to time constraints, we decided to do everything in batch and then feed it into frontend. We would also love to create some kind of heat maps to create the history of action on the map. This would create some kind of insight for the viewers to enjoy and be able to see when and where the team fights are happening. That is all. Thank you so much.